Check, check. What's happening, y'all? You already know what it is. Your boy Don join the S Time Productions with another video. Thank y'all for tuning in. Got a couple of announcements and a couple of things that I'm working on with this. It's kind of correlated to that. First off, I know you guys haven't seen me as frequently as I was before. As I was mentioning before, currently I've been working on the studio live room downstairs, and I'm happy to say that it is 90% finished. All it is like the smallest of cosmetic things that need to be done, fabric on the interior and paint. That's it. So till I can get some hands to really help me with that whole process, I am currently doing a soft open as far as me working on stuff in there. I haven't gone open it to the public yet for people who want to go and actually do some recordings and stuff in there yet, but that's coming up soon. It sounds really nice. Reduces the sound upstairs, which obviously is probably one of the most important parts of it all. Just making sure that I don't disturb other members of the household here. But it's looking well. I can't wait for it to be finished all the way so I can show y'all. Shout outs to, again, my man Ben Crossgrove. First of all, my father for basically just coming up with the build idea. And also my man Ben Crossgrove and my dad's friend Kevin for helping with electrical and most of the wall construction exterior. My man Steve Powell for lending me some insulation, and just a smorgasbord of different people. Shout outs to Sweetwater for all for some of the purchases I've made. You guys will check a lot of that stuff soon. Lowe's and whatnot. But I want to kind of give y'all a little bit of a taste of what you guys should expect once operation is complete and what you guys may be hearing. Now, I got a little bit of treatment that I still need to do on the ceiling a little bit, only because I'm hearing the slight reflections off of it. That's not great, because it leaves out like a certain note in there, but we've been able to cancel it out. But I at least wanted to show y'all what I got going on right now in this session I'm working with some drums. So we are gonna mosey right on over to, so I'll pull this down, Studio One. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as you guys know, I love me some Studio One. This is Studio One 4. I haven't got 5 yet. I actually been waiting, only because I've been debating on buying a new computer at some point. So I may just move newer stuff into that one. Hopefully none works, but till then, we're gonna use what we got. It works well. It's worked well for me for years. It worked well for me from the last recent years since I've been upgrading and fixing stuff in here. So we're gonna work with what we got. So take a look, make sure everything's good. As always, leave some comments in the chats, and let me know. I just saw a share from my girl Blessing. Shout outs to you. Appreciate you. Thank you for following. Thank you for liking the page. This production currently, as I'm trying to look up. What's up, Kemba? This project right now, currently, I'm using a sample from my man Evan. Jesus, I forgot his name. It's been so long since I've seen it. Wow, I had blanked this man. The dude's name is Evan. Oh man, what's it? Let me find this file. Evan Lawrence, thank you, Jesus. Okay, So Evan Lawrence sent me the beginning of the track that you heard earlier. So I'll kind of show you guys what it sounds like dry. Currently I have Empire on it right now, which is running, excuse me, which is currently running the Tremolo King plugin on it, as you see, and I got a lot of vibrato on it. But this is what it sounds like on its own dry. And then here it is wet with the added amp effect. Don't mind me, I'm trying to get rid of a couple processes that I don't need run right now. All right, so we got that. We got a bass line that's coming up here, a couple keys from Contact 5, using the stock Contact Factory library. I'm using the older version of Contact so I can bring in some of my custom keyboards and such in the library. For some strange reason, the newer version is weird and won't let you do it. Strings coming from the Presence XT plugin, the stock plugin for Studio One 4. I also have some percussion, also from Presence, vibraphone, and I'm going to try to add a couple more effects in the process. But let's look right near the bottom here. So currently, I have the drum set up in the live room with the Shure drum kit, drum mic kit that I got. I think it's the P90 or something. Excuse me. The PGA series of drum mics that it came with. Currently using that right now. Overheads, kick, snare, top, high tom, mid tom, low tom, and using my Wuhan crash cymbals. I have one Sabian 18-inch ride, a pasty hi-hat, and my piccolo snare, all wrapped around a Premier XPK series drum kit. So it's a 20-inch kick, 10, 12, 14 times. So it was a smaller kit, but I adjust them to try to adjust the tuning to try to make it more punchier. I wanted something that was more compact, but also had a lot of punch to it. So this was a good medium. I've actually, the method of me trying to put the mic in it, there's a porthole in the kick drum, basically set up to where there's a port in the kick drum where I have the mic inside the kick. So I don't have a mic stand on it. What I have right now is something made by Gibraltar, which you can attach to your lugs of your drum set. So I have the lugs. So I have like a microphone drum kick mic attachment that basically I can angle it. It's actually giving me a lot more clarity, more punchiness in there. I can still do more adjustments. The room is pretty dry. Gives me more room to make any type of reverb to kind of stand out. I can have a variety of different effects added to this without having clashing between the actual room ambience and what I'm trying to process. So that's kind of the benefit of having both. But I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a taste and listen. I'll tell you what we're gonna do as far as adding either effects and such. So here's the mixer. Here's a couple of different things, and I'll get into more detail about it in a second. But let me give you guys a taste of what we're dealing with here. slow drums a little bit. Let's kind of go piece by piece here. And we're just going to loop this section real quick. All right, so let's start with the overheads. And like I said, this is still being in the process, so I'm going to be making some changes along the way. Right now, I have it basically taking off the low end. Says about 50. I might just bring that up to about 70 hertz, just so I can just get rid of. I don't want it to clash too much with the actual kick or snare. Well, mostly the kick and the lower frequencies here, because you want to kind of bring in the you're going to get a lot of the punchiness and the depth from inside the kick than from the overheads. So like I said, this is the PGA kit. Stereo overheads, have them in the XY configuration. Excuse me. Yes, XY configuration. So here is just the solo of that. By the way, nothing has been altered in the sense of leveling per se. I'm probably going to do that in post and just bring things down that I need to. But nothing in the preamps, as far as I know, is clipping. So I won't have to deal with any artifacts as far as clipping goes. We try to go through that and fix them in post. Here it is dry. And I'm just right now currently just using the overhead preset from PreSonus and just making adjustments as I go along. All right, so sounds good. Let's hear that kick. By the way, excuse me if I sound rusty on this kit right now. So I got a compressor running, Felt Filter Pro Q. There's a little bit of boxiness in the 500 to 1K range, so I'm going to make a dip out of that to kind of make it more cleaner. Have a little bit more depth. I may bring that up just a little bit to have a little bit of naturalness. All right, moving over to the snare. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch this EQ out. We're going to put in Fat Filter. What we're going to start with first is get the low cut in here. I'm going to take this compressor off. All right, get a little bit more dynamics in that. So at least that helps. Feel free to answer any questions. Bear with me. I'm over here trying to make sure that I get everybody's responses here. So far, so good. Josh Keeney, thank you. I appreciate it. By the way, the overheads are behind me, not in front of the kit. Not behind like the kit per se, but like it's on my perspective as I'm playing. I'm putting it behind me just for the aesthetics majority. I think it just makes more sense. So I'll still have hi-hat range on left, ride should be on right. But here's the snare. Interesting. Let's turn that down. All right, so that was a note there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Got rid of that. Well, I tamed it a little bit more, so that should be a bit better. All right. Let's see. Let's hit a high tom real quick. There you go. Now this would be a part where either I would add a gate or I would do manual gating myself just to fix basically these parts here. So obviously I got to look into here and see, okay, here's a spot that makes sense right at the end of here. So here are all the toms. I'm using the using a little bit of the preset rack tom effects that they have here. So for this rack tom right now, I got Pro Q and I got this. Interesting. So expander helping with a little bit of more depth in the high tom. Doing 30 left, 30 right, and 50 right, respectively. So high tom going to be 30, kind of leaning towards the left side. Middle tom a little bit toward the right side, and farther down right would be the tom. So that's kind of how I do my panning with drum kits. All right. Again, forgive me, this is a little bit sloppy. I probably will, most definitely will be re-recording this, but I want to make sure that how it sounds good and what I can expect as far as composition when I make these. Take the cycle off. me add that, like I said, drums gonna get fixed in post, but I think I want to. Basically, I'm just kind of getting a feel for the concept of the track itself, right? So let me throw the metronome in. Let's see what we got here. Oh, come on. So I kept hearing it sound like somebody was like breathing. But that's the open hi-hats. I didn't realize how deep they are. Pacey 302s, 13 inches. Anyhow, let's go ahead and add this one effect here. I'm going to put the pre-count on. Messed it up. Shoot, man. All right, here we go. All right, so there's your concept. Anybody that wants to be generous enough, I could use a new computer. Preferably that's no more than maybe $2,200. Only because I want to just kind of get some sounds out. So, but all right, let's take a look at chats in the room right now. Shouts to Blessing Jaskini, Kemba, who's watching on Facebook. By the way, guys, as always, I'm on all my media spots. That's always showing up on the slides, so you already know where the vibes are. So YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, I think Twitch, I think YouTube. Should be YouTube. Hang on a second. I want to make sure my joint coming out right now. Okay, says I'm live. Okay, good. We're all good there. If you guys are I really would appreciate for those of y'all who are on my Facebook page, go over to my YouTube page, search S-Town Productions. You should be able to find it. You'll find my logo and all my good stuff there. Follow my Facebook official business page. It makes my life a lot easier. It gets my numbers up. If you guys know a friend that is into production or wants to get into it, let them know. Any artists, let them know. I will be soon open for business. And I will give you guys details on rates and whatnot for tracking and mixing right around the corner. Looking forward to that. All right. So, we're going to be doing a lot of vocal recordings, a couple solo spots, because it's going to be a lot of dubbing. So I won't dubbing. You probably could have a band in here, but it'll be kind of, I'm just letting you know the scenario right now. The room isn't that huge. I could fit a drum set in there. I could do mics in there. I could probably have maybe at the most 3 people in the room itself to do some tracking. But I would probably have people in the control room playing guitar, doing extra vocals and stuff over here too. So just kind of keep that in mind. All right. Again, S-Time Productions. You can find all my stuff on the bottom there of the screen. There's my Cash App currently going down the slide right now. So just go and just check those spots out. It's really appreciative. But I just kind of want to let y'all, just want to kind of keep up with y'all, just letting y'all know that. So, again, thank y'all for tuning in. Let's get back into business here. All right. So, I'm just adding that one piece. I'm going to save this. And, basically a rule of thumb that I've done. And like I said, this is not a finished track, to say it the least, but say that I did finish this. I kind of do things by 2 different methods here, right? When I do my leveling, number one, I kind of go by ear what sounds good first. And then what I'll do is I'll turn everything down and then bring a limiter to bring it up with compression. So what that allows me to do is to kind of have the good balance. So I'll bring everything up to where I think sounds good. And then I'll bring it down to make sure it's not clipping. Rule of thumb you probably want to look at for this. I try to go at least 2 to 3 dB below. What that allows me to do is add something with Fab Filter Pro L. And I do my metering by K12s just to know basically what the energy is like. What you're hearing right now is just a bunch of out noise because it's just the processing that's happening right now in this room, which is just getting like so crazy. I can't believe it. Ultimate Performance. I got a driver update coming out. It gets crazy after a while. I'm not scanning, am I? Okay, I'm not scanning. I guess I'm good for a minute. But just to be on the safe side, let's see what we got running. Allegra, we can get rid of. Okay, Dragon Center, Giving Devices, yes. Everything else is kind of in economy mode. Parsec we can stop. By the way, so I've been using. So I guess like one question I think some people may ask is for me to do my own self-tracking, and everything being on the second floor. The way I'm gonna try to do my own self-tracking, which hopefully I'll have a secondary camera to show this to you guys soon. But the easiest method that I've learned to kind of combat this process is I've been using remote software that basically just lets me remote control everything from downstairs with a secondary laptop or a tablet so I can make all my changes. So for an example, if I'm trying to track drums, I could do any adjustments I need to do downstairs with an iPad or a small laptop and do the adjustments there while still having the same processes and performances upstairs, so I don't have to necessarily worry about that. So that's a good benefit of having that choice to do it. Obviously, I can run. I'm using my Behringer X32. Also have a S16 snake downstairs in the basement that I'm using to do all my digital tracking right now. For my drums. So that's the great benefit of it. Gets people outside of the room when they need to breathe. I got LED lights going. Actually, I don't even have the lights going on in here. Hang on a second. Alexa, studio on. Ooh. Alexa, studio red. Okay. Now we got like a little bit of ambience in here. But I can still have those go downstairs. Artists can change them to wherever they want. It's going to be lovely. you guys are gonna enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to just seeing the people that are like willing to stop over and just want to just create a vibe and just track with each other. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be very entertaining, to say the least. But um, yeah, I mean, I'm just overall I'm just looking forward to what's coming. It's gonna be great. Uh, I am using PreSonus Studio One, Kimba. Sorry, I just missed your message there. So PreSonus Studio One is probably one of my favorite plugins. This is the Studio One 4. They just came out with 5 probably about 3 months ago or so, 2-3 months ago. Haven't got my hands on it yet. Planning on getting my hands on it soon. I think I'm gonna wait again until after I get the tracking done. But I'm using the professional model. I do all my tracking with drums and mixes in here. I've been able to transport AAF files, which I can use as universal files to balance between Pro Tools and Studio One. I love Studio One for tracking. I do most of my production off of Ableton Live 11. But I really do like doing full compositions with drum recordings and such and mixing with this. I like this because this is a good balance in between. I really love PreSonus's interface here. I can't wait to see 5. I think 5 is going to be very fun for a lot of people who are really into live performances and want to get into doing more live performance type stuff. It's really going to be beneficial for y'all. So be on the lookout for that when it comes out. When you guys get your hands on it, you probably can get it on Splice right now, I believe, for a monthly payment. Is a rent to own. So as long as you keep making the payments, reach the price, you can get there. Remember, you also can get student discounts, teacher discounts if you are a staff member. I'm going to get that soon. So just be on the lookout for that. Okay. So back into the track itself. I'm dealing with a lot of artifacts here, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to up this. Wow. I feel like it got worse. All right, let's exit this. Maybe that's part of it. No drop frames. I am going to make some adjustments on this. So it's a bit more tame now. So looking forward to when I can actually put some vocals on this, make some changes. Drums are going to be adjusted a little bit more, but this track is called Each Drive. Basically something I've had a couple tracks in here that I've been kind of putting on hold at this time, only so that I could focus on, I guess, the actual production. Because I really want to get into the production. So I'm going to focus on waiting to actually put drums on it. I want to put some more acoustic drums on tracks just to see what it sounds like, just to see how the vibe is. I've done this before. You guys have heard a lot of tracks, but I've done it before. So the next track that I'll do it for is this one. This is a old... So this is an old track that I made. Oh my gosh, this is like 10 years ago. I'm assuming, yeah, 10 years ago, which I am like just making adjustments for now. So here's the actual track. So I'm changing that. All right. So here's what I got so far with the background. Stay tuned. I'm going to make a production out of this. It's going to be mad tight, so be on the lookout for it. But this is what I got so far. So that's the main foundation of the track. I can't wait to go and put this one out. You know what I mean? So just be on the lookout for a lot of this stuff, man. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So again, manylink.co at DJ S Time Productions leads to all the links to all of my social media, my music media, and so on and so forth pages. There's a Black Lives Matter page that's still left on there. Still important. Still going support. Still going donate. Still going care. All right. So yeah, so follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Sound Productions. Follow me on Twitter, DJordanSTP. Follow me on Spotify. Of course, I got all my music stuff out right now. 22B. You can check out all my 22B is currently on all media platforms. The track Ladybug is on all media platforms. You can also check SoundCloud for all my extra media stuff. I'm gonna come out with new music soon. Be prepared, because this is about to be a new wave coming, man. So be on the lookout. God bless y'all. I speak everything into existence. Invest, involve, and evolve. Have a good evening, afternoon, morning, whatever.